After 67 years of life experience and 2 chapters of love left behind, I still find myself dreaming about the next chapter. It's as if my heart whispers secret hopes and my mind paints pictures of what's yet to come. I often imagine the woman who fate has in store for me, someone who perfectly matches the rhythm of my soul. Not just a fleeting thought, but a real vision shaped by the countless moments of longing and joy I have carried through the years. She is wise, with a sparkle in her eyes that reveals a sharp mind and a quick wit. Intelligence, after all, is a kind of charm that never fades, its beauty in motion. Her hips curve gently like a soft melody, and her laughter fills the room like a warm breeze on a spring day. Her hair, thick and dark, flows down her back in waves as smooth as a mountain stream, untouched by any other shade than the one given by nature. Her brows frame her face with confident determination, showcasing a woman who embraces herself fully without pretense or artifice. There is a natural glow to her skin, unmasked by layers of makeup, because she knows her true beauty lies within, the kind that shines brightest when one is unafraid to be authentic. Her figure may lean toward the fuller side, but every curve speaks of strength and grace in perfect harmony. Her shoulders are soft, yet carry the strength of someone who works with her hands, someone who tends to the earth and understands the value of simple, honest effort. I see her standing near the old chair we share at the end of the day, a peaceful smile playing at her lips as she watches me. Her presence is electric, a steady current, charged with anticipation and warmth. It's a quiet moment full of promise, a prelude to the story we are about to write together. I reach slowly toward that connection, savoring every second as I draw closer to the dreams I've held onto for so long. My hand finds its way gently to the controls of my own comfort, a familiar motion that has brought me joy many times over. The warmth is a reminder of life's stubborn persistence, of how the spark can remain bright even as years add up. There's a sense of pride in still feeling so alive, in the simple pleasure of this private ritual shared only with my imagination and the woman I picture beside me. I imagine her watching quietly, eyes gleaming with interest, feeling the invisible thread that links us in this tender dance. It's not about rushing or urgency, but about the slow build, the gentle tease that grows like a soft crescendo in a favorite song. Her smile deepens as she teases herself, her fingers tracing lines of joy that only she can feel, casting secret sparks across her skin. We share this silence and understanding, her gaze locked on mine as I move with renewed passion and care. The rhythm builds steadily, a flight that rises with each beat, a journey toward a place where our shared energy bursts into full bloom. My breathing grows heavier, the room seems to pulse with the heat of our unspoken connection. In these moments, it's not about words or actions, but about the electric pulse that goes back and forth. The unspoken conversation between two souls who know exactly what the other wants without saying a thing. She leans closer, offering more without demand, her actions speaking with the grace of an artist shaping a masterpiece. Her hands explore, fingers tracing contours that have been etched into my memory, a map of tenderness and desire. I match her movements, careful and attentive, skillful in another kind of craft, the craft of care and connection. It's an exchange both delicate and powerful, an intricate balance between giving and receiving that only grows with time. She watches me, her face full of delight and encouragement as I navigate this intimate dance. The quiet hum of the room is punctuated only by soft sighs and the gentle sounds of a story unfolding. We move together, two parts of a whole, finding joy in every touch, every glance, every beat of a shared secret. As the moment reaches its height, the energy between us bursts forth like a brilliant spark, filling the room with warmth and light. There is a softness in her smile, an echo of gratitude and fulfillment that mirrors my own. Our shared journey slows, the crescendo fading gently into a peaceful, contented calm. We settle back, wrapped in the quiet comfort of having fulfilled a mutual need, a connection that is as deep as it is simple. Her laughter lingers like a sweet aftertaste, and her fingers find mine, grounding us both in this present moment. Together we rest, feeling the steady rhythm of two hearts beating in quiet harmony. The world outside fades away, and all that remains is the gentle presence of each other, the promise of many more chapters to come. In this shared space of tenderness and trust, I know that the journey has only just begun. The room is warm with the soft glow of evening light filtering through the curtains, casting gentle patterns on the walls. The chair sits waiting, a comforting presence after a long day, an invitation to unwind and lose myself in the quiet moments that follow. Near it stands she, the woman from my dreams, her presence as compelling as the first day we met in my heart's long story. Her curves catch the amber light, shadows playing along the contours that speak of strength, softness, and timeless beauty. Her skin glows with a natural radiance, untouched by the world's demands, and in her eyes, I see a spark that speaks of shared secrets and unsaid promises. She moves with graceful confidence, each step measured and meaningful, as if she carries the music of our connection in her every motion. Her hair falls in smooth waves, tracing lines of darkness against the soft light, framing a face that is both familiar and endlessly new. There's no need for adornment. Her true beauty lies in the honesty of her expression, the gentle smile that teases and invites like a whispered secret on a quiet night. Standing close, she breathes in rhythm with me, a silent harmony of two souls moving in sync. The subtle heat between us builds steadily, not rushed but inevitable, a slow crescendo that fills the space with anticipation. Her hands, strong yet tender, reach out to touch the familiar, exploring with sure strokes that speak of trust and longing. I feel her fingers tracing paths I know well, yet every touch brings a fresh wave of sensation, an awakening that only she can inspire. Our shared rhythm grows, steady, deliberate, a dance as old as time, yet forever renewed by the simple joy of presence. My hands respond in kind, learning the curves and valleys of her person with gentle reverence, finding joy in every glide and press. Her breath catches softly, eyes closing, surrendering to the pleasure that is as much about connection as sensation. There is no hurry, no finish line to reach, only the endless journey of two hearts intertwined. She smiles against my skin, a soft sound escaping her lips that echoes the deep pleasure brewing between us. The warmth pulses through us both, a current of life and energy that binds our moments together. She leans forward, offering more with every movement, her fingers tracing tender paths down to places only she and I know. I follow, careful and attentive, rewarding her touch with equal care, our bodies speaking an intimate language that needs no words. Each movement is a promise, a reaffirmation of what we share. The room holds our energy like a sacred space, a cocoon where time slows and the outside world falls away. Her eyes meet mine, filled with light and laughter, reflecting the story of a bond that's been cultivated with patience and care. The subtle arch of her brow, the gentle curve of her lips, they tell me all I need to know about her desire and our connection. I let my hands explore freely, reveling in the softness and strength beneath my touch. She guides me with whispers and light presses, encouraging a dance that is both ancient and new. The quiet hum of our shared breath fills the space, punctuated by soft sighs and the occasional tender laugh. It's a symphony of trust and delight written on skin and heart. In this shared moment, boundaries dissolve. We lose ourselves in the flow of sensation and emotion, a seamless blend of giving and receiving that lifts us beyond the everyday. The room glows with the heat of our union, a warm sanctuary carved out by years of longing and hope. Her eyes flutter open, meeting mine again with a mixture of joy and wonder, and I know that what we have is rare and precious. The pace quickens slightly, a natural response to the wealth of feeling between us. The energy surges, a rising tide neither wants to resist, rushing toward a shared peak that promises release and renewal. I feel her respond beneath my hands, her breath hitching in beautiful synchrony with my own. Waves of happiness ripple through the room as we reach that blissful crest together, voices and sighs blending into a quiet chorus of satisfaction. The moment lingers, stretched out with gentle touches and whispered words. We hold each other close, breathing in the aftermath like a sacred spell. The warmth remains, a comforting cloak against the cool of the evening air. Our hands find familiar places to soothe, fingers interlacing as we drift slowly back to the steady rhythm of calm and peace. She rests her head against my chest, listening to the steady beat of my heart as it slows from the excitement. There is a softness in her gaze, an unspoken promise of many more mornings and nights filled with this quiet happiness. Outside, the world moves on, but here we have found a timeless space, a refuge from the rush and noise, another chapter, another moment shared, written in the language of touch and tenderness. In these hours we find a kind of home not just in each other's arms, but in the quiet understanding that lingers long after the last light fades. The story continues, unfolding with every breath, every smile, every shared moment of warmth and connection. Her eyes glisten with a quiet fire, reflecting the depth of connection that words can rarely capture. In the soft light of the room, every detail of her expression seems magnified, the gentle curve of her smile, the way her lashes flutter as she catches her breath. There is a magnetic pull between us, an invisible thread weaving us closer with each passing moment. Her hands find mine effortlessly, fingers intertwining in a way that speaks of trust and belonging. It's in these subtle gestures that the true language of intimacy is spoken, where tenderness meets desire and everything else falls away. She leans in slightly, a spark of mischief lighting her face as she plays with the delicate dance of anticipation. The air between us hums with energy, charged but calm, as if time has slowed to make room for this shared experience. Her touch is feather light at first, grazing my skin in a trail of warmth that sends shivers rippling underneath. Each motion is deliberate yet fluid, a graceful rhythm that pulls us deeper into the moment. There's a softness to her movements tempered by a quiet confidence that reveals how well she knows the contours of pleasure and comfort. I respond with the same care, exploring the landscape of connection with hands that seek to give as much as they receive. Our breaths mingle, slow and steady like the ebb and flow of a gentle tide, carrying us toward a place where vulnerability is met with acceptance. The room becomes a sanctuary, a refuge where we can shed the masks of the world and simply be. Her laughter escapes in soft bursts, a melody that lightens the air and draws a smile from deep within. It's a sound that fits perfectly in the space between us, filling the silence with warmth and light. She traces patterns over my skin, each stroke an unspoken promise, a gentle invitation to surrender to the pleasure of being truly seen and heard. Her eyes search mine, searching for the flicker of understanding, the silent agreement that we share in this delicate balance of giving and receiving. It is a dance as old as time itself, the ebb and flow of touch and trust, a conversation without words but full of meaning. We move together, in sync with the rhythms of our bodies and hearts, learning anew the art of connection that transcends the physical. The energy between us grows with a steady, measured pace, not hurried but inevitable. It swells like a wave approaching the shore, bringing with it a crescendo of sensation and emotion. Her breath quickens, lips parting as the current carries us forward. I watch the subtle shifts in her expression, eyes fluttering open and closed, slight arches of her brow that tell me she's teetering on the edge of something beautiful and profound. There is trust woven into every movement, a knowledge that this journey is as much about presence as passion. Hands and lips explore with gentle insistence, a language all their own that speaks of devotion and pleasure intertwined. The softness of her skin under my fingertips, the tender warmth of her smile, all combine to create a moment that lingers beyond the boundaries of time. And then, with a final shared breath, the crescendo breaks free, a wave of release that washes over us both, a quiet explosion of joy and connection that leaves us breathless and full. In the stillness that follows, we hold each other close, savoring the aftermath like a treasured gift. She rests her head against my shoulder, the steady thump of her heartbeat grounding us in the tranquility of shared contentment. The glow of the moment hangs around us like a delicate veil, softening the edges of the world beyond our embrace. Fingers trace lazy circles over skin, a gentle reassurance that the bond between us is unbreakable and true. Our eyes meet once more, a silent conversation filled with gratitude and hope for the chapters yet unwritten. The night carries on gently, cradling us as we drift into a peaceful calm. knowing that this connection is more than fleeting. It is a promise of partnership and passion intertwined for whatever time remains. The gentle hum of the evening settled around us like a familiar melody, wrapping the room in a comfortable embrace. She moved closer, the warmth radiating from her like a soft glow that filled the quiet corners of my mind. Her smile held a subtle invitation that sent a ripple of anticipation through me. The connection we shared was more than just physical. It was the weaving together of two stories, two hearts that had traveled long roads yet found refuge in this moment. Her hands reached out with tender confidence, exploring the contours of my being with a reverence that spoke of deep care and affection. Each touch was a note in the symphony of our reunion, played not with haste, but with an artistry born from years of understanding. Her fingers traced the lines of my skin, moving in slow, deliberate patterns that ignited a quiet fire within. The softness of her touch contrasted beautifully with the strength she held in her gaze, a balance that made every moment sing with possibility. The air between us thickened with unspoken words, promises of closeness and shared dreams that transcended time. In the shelter of the room, we found a space where vulnerability was met with acceptance, and desire was painted in strokes of tenderness. I reached out, mirroring her gestures as our hands met and intertwined, a dance of give and take that felt both exhilarating and grounding. Our breathing synchronized, crashing gently like waves against the shore, carrying us toward a horizon where only we existed. The room faded into background noise as the focus narrowed to the delicate exchange of energy flowing between us. She tilted her head, eyes shining with a mixture of curiosity and affection, encouraging me to delve deeper into the sanctuary we crafted together. Each movement was charged with meaning, a dialogue whispered through skin and breath. Her laughter bubbled forth occasionally, light and genuine, a balm for the quiet tension that had been waiting to release. There was a sacredness to the way we navigated this shared space, a balance of passion and patience that elevated the ordinary into something extraordinary. Her touch grew bolder, exploring familiar paths while discovering new territories, weaving a tapestry of intimacy that was both comforting and thrilling. My own responses met hers in a tender echo, hands and lips mapping the contours of connection with care and devotion. The energy bloomed between us like a delicate flower unfurling under the warmth of the sun, each petal representing a cherished moment of trust and desire. The crescendo built gradually, a rising tide that pulled us closer to a shared peak where physical sensation and emotional resonance intertwined seamlessly. Her breath quickened, lips parting as the growing wave of pleasure surged through her, reflected in the brightness of her eyes. I watched, mesmerized, as the quiet strength beneath her vulnerability shone forth, a testament to the depth of our bond and the joy found in surrender. When the moment finally broke free, it was as if the world outside ceased to exist. The release was gentle yet profound, a flowing current that swept us both into a space of blissful tranquility. We held each other close, letting the afterglow wrap around us like a comforting blanket, the pulse of our hearts steadying in unison. Soft whispers traced the air, words of gratitude and quiet promises for all the tomorrows we had yet to share. In the calm that followed, eyes met with a warmth that transcended the physical, a shared understanding that this connection was a sacred gift. Fingers brushed softly over skin as we settled into the peaceful silence, the room illuminated only by the fading light of day and the steady beat of two souls aligned. Together, we embraced the serenity of the moment, knowing that what we had cultivated was more than fleeting. It was a sanctuary built on trust, affection, and the enduring power of love. The quiet settles between us like a familiar song, steady and soothing after the crescendo of our shared moment. She moves with gentle grace, settling close enough to feel the warmth radiating from my body, yet leaving just enough space to savor the tender anticipation that still lingers in the air. Her eyes meet mine, clear and inviting, reflecting a mixture of contentment and quiet desire that tells me our journey is far from over. In this shared breath, time seems to slow, wrapping us in an embrace of calm understanding and unspoken promises. The softness of her skin beneath my fingertips is a comfort that anchors me, a tactile reminder of the connection we nurture here. We explore this closeness with patient hands and soothing touches, a language of care spoken without haste or expectation. Her fingers trace patterns that feel like warm sunlight on a cool morning, gentle and renewing. The rhythm of our breathing synchronizes, creating a harmony that resonates deeper than words ever could. It is in these moments of stillness that the truest intimacy blossoms, quiet, profound, and whole. She nestles against me, a gentle pressure that brings a smile to both our lips. Our bodies fit together naturally, like pieces of a puzzle long separated but destined to reunite. Her head rests softly against my chest, ears tuned to the steady beat of a heart that aches no longer with loneliness but sings softly with hope and appreciation. I wrap my arms around her, holding tight without restraint, letting the strength of my embrace convey the depth of my feelings as clearly as any phrase. She sighs contentedly, a sound that mingles with the soft rustling of the evening breeze through the window. Outside, the world continues its relentless pace, but here, in this small space hewn out by love and trust, we have found a sanctuary where the noise fades away, words are unnecessary. Instead, we share small smiles, quiet laughter, and the simple joy of presence. With every touch, every glance, the walls we've built over years dissolve, leaving only the pure essence of connection and belonging. I trace lazy circles down her back, feeling the rise and fall of her breath beneath my hand. Her skin is warm, alive, and breathtakingly real. We are partners in this dance of comfort and discovery, each movement affirming how much we cherish one another. The lingering tension from earlier playfulness softens into gentle ease, a calm reflection of the strength and safety found in mutual care. The room holds the echoes of our closeness, a gentle hum of love in its purest form. As evening deepens, she shifts slightly, offering a tender smile that lights her face from within. Without a word, she sits up slowly, turning to face me fully. Our eyes lock, and I sense the silent question lingering in the air, a subtle invitation to continue exploring the depths of our connection. I respond with a smile, the promise of more moments shared, more stories written in the language of touch and tenderness. Together, we embark once again on this voyage, knowing that every step forward is built upon the foundation of respect and passion that has brought us here. This time, the pace is gentle but deliberate, a slow weaving of passion and affection that allows us to savor each sensation fully. Her hands roam with reverence, discovering anew the contours that bring joy and comfort. My responses mirror hers, a mutual exchange fueled by years of learning what the other desires and needs. In this sacred space, ego falls away, making room for vulnerability and trust to flourish side by side. We move in a rhythm both familiar and new, a duet performed by hearts and hands, minds and souls blended seamlessly. The warmth between us grows, a rising tide that fills every corner of the room with a radiant glow. There is laughter, soft moans, and the unmistakable sound of two people entwined in the beautiful complexity of love lived fully and authentically. When the crescendo finally lifts us once more, it carries with it a sense of renewal, of being seen and cherished in every way that matters. As the waves subside, we collapse into a comfortable embrace, bodies slick with the honest proof of our union. Her head falls to my shoulder again, fingers tracing faint patterns over my skin as I whisper quiet affirmations of gratitude and love. The night wraps around us, a dark velvet curtain that shields and protects our shared peace. Outside, the stars continue their endless dance, but inside this room, time stands still, honoring the sacred bond we have forged and will carry with us through all the days yet to come.